How many people here enjoy hospitality? How many like to receive hospitality? How many people like to give hospitality? Well, what's hospitality? Well, you might say, hey, Matt, do you know what hospitality is? And I do. I have a definition right here. The friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers. Hospitality. So Genesis 18, Abraham's sitting back in the heat of the day in the shade of his tent. 18:2, if you want to follow along. Sees three guys approaching. Could be ladies, but in this particular instance, it was guys. And so he gets up and he says, so he lifted his eyes and he looked, and behold, three men were standing by him. And when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them, bowed himself to the ground and said, my Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, do not pass on from your servant. Please let a little water be brought, wash your feet, rest yourselves under the tree, and I will bring a morsel of bread, that you may refresh your hearts. After that, you can pass on. And they said, do as you have said. Paraphrase. So Abraham hurried in the tent to his wife and said, quickly make 3 measures of fine meal. It wasn't leftovers. They got out some new good stuff. Knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd, took a tender and young good calf. That's veal. That's good stuff. And prepare it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had prepared them and set it before them as he stood by them under the tree as they ate. Now remember, it was hot. He's sitting under the tree. He could have let them pass on by. But he chose to get up, serve the 3 people, refresh them, renew them. Amen? And then he's kind of monitoring them, then like he's bringing them the butter. He's the one. He's the guy that owns everything. He could have his servants do it at all. You know, they help prepare the steer or the calf and everything like that. But he's the one being the servant to the 3 people. Kind of what we're doing here today, right? And so he said, you know, he was creating an atmosphere of a relationship with these people. And so much to the point that they're like, isn't your wife nearby? And they're like, yeah, she's back in the tent. And so these 3 people speak into Abraham's life about his future son, Isaac. Would that have happened if he hadn't have been hospitable to welcome people to his tent? And then as they're about to get up on their way to go, what does Abraham do? He walks out with them. He doesn't just say, hey, have a good day, see you later, shut the door behind him. He walks them out to their car. He's keeping the relationship going. He's being a servant. So much so that they stop and say, am I going to be able to hide what I'm going to do what I'm about to do from Abraham? I can't hide that from you because, you know, you've been so good to us. You don't know it at the time, but you kind of get the idea those were angels of the Lord and everything like that. But then they tell Abraham about what's going to happen in Sodom and Gomorrah. And they give Abraham a chance to intercede for his family. Amen? When we're ministering here today to people, and you invite them in, there might be strangers, people you don't know. But when you're developing that relationship with them, maybe God plants something in your heart that is a word for them that will refresh their soul, refresh their mind, help them on their way. Amen? You don't have to turn here. Romans 12:13. Be given to hospitality. 1 Timothy 3. Be lovers of hospitality. 1 Peter. Be hospitable one to another. Hebrews 13:2. This is what happened to Abraham. Do not forget to entertain strangers, because some will be angels unaware. You know, there's probably times in your life where like, I know that person who came and helped me was an angel. They came out of nowhere. And you know, you never know. Hospitality walks out with the people. Gets the, you know, all the way to the salutation, all the way to the see you later, all the way to God bless you, but not just at the door, all the way to the driveway. Amen.